Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Hey Farmall, how you doing, buddy? Hey Eric, how you doing? Y'all doing all right tonight? The weather's turned cold now for sure. Got snow and sleet and freezing rain and everything going on all around us, but luckily we're doing good. Still a little bit sick. Yeah, I told you the other day you got to rest up a little bit in order to recover sometime. You ain't gonna be no good to the farm if you mess around and get real sick. I went out to my building a while ago to get ready to do my live, and it was 36 or to 38 degrees in my shop. I said, never mind on that. I grabbed my tripod, closed the shop, and come right back to the house. Closing on 250 head of cattle. You don't know how to, a lot of us don't know how to take a rest, but buddy, sometimes you'll have to figure out a way. I got the flu last winter and I didn't have a choice. I had to take it easy for a couple days. It turned into something in my lungs. I don't remember what it was called, but I couldn't breathe, so I didn't have a choice. Alright guys, we got what, 4 or 5 of us in here? Y'all, 6 of us. Y'all give us a thumbs up if you would. Hey Hunting and stuff, how you doing? We're doing good. Just glad that all the winter weather is staying away from us. We got a bunch of hay to get moved tomorrow. All of our hay that we lost during the hurricane. I'm going to try to go ahead and get it moved off of that property tomorrow. I've got a guy that wants it, so we're going to help him haul it. Get it to him. I'd hate rather somebody use it than me have to burn it or figure out some way to, to dispose of it. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate all the thumbs up. I appreciate all y'all guys coming in and watching and chatting with us and hanging out on Sunday nights also. Yeah, I don't like to waste nothing like that hay. We've been giving it away to different people that wanted some or needed some, and finally got hooked up with a guy that's going to take all the rest of it that's left. So if it's not too wet tomorrow, we're going to load it, help him get it all loaded up and help him haul it. Hey, Mr. David, y'all had to give away 150 bales. I think we got close to 100 left over there on that farm that's left there that's messed up. Did you get any weather, Mr. David? Any winter weather towards your way? You further south than I am, so I doubt if you got any. Hey, Hunter. No, we haven't got any snow. All we're getting is rain. I think we've gotten about 2.5 inches of rain so far. Hey, SLC. We are doing good. Hope you're doing good as well. We've gotten probably 2.5 inches of rain so far. They calling for it, I think, right on through the night and first thing in the morning. But all y'all other guys can keep all the winter weather. Can y'all hear me good? And see me all right? Loud and clear. SLC, I believe you said a while ago that y'all got like 4 inches of snow, I believe. Mr. George, how are you doing this afternoon, tonight? Hey, Alabama. We're doing good, Mr. George. Doing good. Just glad that the snow and the ice and sleet and everything is staying above us. Just a little over 5. Hey, Kelly, how you doing? I'm trying to get the phone a little closer where I can read the comments. Just staying warm. Me too. I went out to the building earlier, about 20 minutes before I was going to start, and it was like 36, 38 degrees in my shop, so I pulled the plug and come in the house. Hey, Mallard, how you doing, bud? You welcome, buddy. I think it's Joey at My Slice of Heaven Outdoors shouted us out, and then we had to keep it to do our part, so yeah, it should be a lot easier feeding your cows now, Eric, with that trough or tub, whatever it's called, that y'all putting in there. That's going to make it a lot easier than shoveling it over them gates by hand. That'll make stuff a lot easier. There goes the Ice Road Trucker. Ice Road Trucker just showed up. How you doing, Mr. Ralph? Hope the snow gets gone by next weekend. Heading back to Maryland Saturday, hopefully. I think we picked up another good size custom job for next year, doing some baling and stuff for That will be nice, Mallard, if I did get a new tractor for Christmas. I think we picked up another custom contract for next year to bale hay. Maybe we'll get to meet with the guy this week here and get everything finalized on it. It'll be a lot easier to get a new tractor, you know, with more guaranteed work, you know, off of our farm work. And that just helps, you know, makes me rest easier with making another purchase. Hey, ASAP Fishing, how you doing? I think it's about 250 acres of hay. Don't know exactly sure, you know, the condition of the hay ground. I do know some of it because I've baled some of it in the past. Who, my wife? My wife's my lender, Mr. David. Hour and a half wait to get the rear load. Yeah, I like to have more guarantees, and we had a good year this year though. I'm not complaining or nothing, you know, bad about this year because we had a great year. And if we could keep that work rolling over to next year and keep adding on more stuff, like I said, it'll just make it easier for me to make a decision. We still definitely want to get a bell wrapper also, so we can wrap some bales. Might even do some, you know, wrap some of our dry hay that we store outside, you know, just so that way it'll last longer too. If y'all guys would give us a thumbs up if you haven't already. We got the 574s back together and fixed and finished. Waiting on the rain to stop so we can put it to work tomorrow. I was gonna put the water pump all the way on and just run the live, what was that, Friday afternoon. Yes sir, Mr. Joe, we're just running good. Running good with no leaks. Yeah, we started alive and started having a little trouble with when I bolted the pulley on, it would tighten up and wouldn't turn. That's when I found the casting was just a little off on the front of the pump. So we grind it and got a little bit of clearance that we needed. Plus the live stream was acting up. I couldn't get it to do what I wanted. He did a video yesterday afternoon. Let me make a note right here on my piece of paper. Hey Joey, or Joey. Appreciate you stopping in. Good deal. I'll check that out. Actually, let me grab my phone what time I'm on here talking to y'all, and I'll see if I can find it. You know I ain't good at it. Oh, y'all, by now y'all know I'm not good at multitasking. So what y'all got going on this week? Trying to find, I'm pretty sure I subscribed to you, Mr. George. Clean and build the engine. Yeah, we've had to modify a few oil pumps too, Mr. David, on the circle cars. Is your thumbnail, George, showing up as like a bunch of flowers, like a flower bed? Be back, finally got in the gate. The name of it's a little about me and what I do. I got it there now. On some of the people's channels and stuff, I noticed that we keep get unsubscribed from, and I'll just, if you don't luckily realize it, when you're being busy day to day, that it's easy to overlook it and not realize that that you unsubscribe from them. I don't think I've ever unsubscribed from nobody on purpose. Might do one tomorrow. Little tripod, camera, and stand. I think that's a glitch with YouTube. Yeah, like I said, I notice it sometime, and on a bunch of the comments that I get sometime, I can see them, but if I click on them to respond back, it just acts like it's not there. But we playing in their sandbox, so we gotta deal with it, I reckon. You've had that happen to you too? Thinking about raising a few more hogs again. Not to sell at the market or nothing, just to sell locally to friends and family and local people that want some. We done that up until about 3 years ago. Then we got so busy that we wasn't able to keep up. But we're gonna make time, I believe. Thinking about buying some of that old equipment out of them hog houses that I showed the other day. Like Eric's Pigs. Yeah, we're thinking about doing it, buying a little bit of that equipment. But let them still be on the ground. I still want to raise them like the old-fashioned, old-timey way with them on the ground. You almost bought a hog, but the deal wasn't only $30,000. Farming Life, you didn't. We just bull jiving, talking about I might mess with a few hogs again for friends and family and local sales, not to the market. But I do think I want to build a building for them this time. But still let them be ground raised in the woods. So I really enjoy them, messing with them. And I like knowing where my meat comes from. And then you know exactly what goes in them. Yeah, I never had too much trouble. I did lose a few before with cutting them. Got corn fodder to bale Monday. It's dry there, Eric? Y'all ain't getting no kind of weather? Yeah, I can't believe it's dry enough to bale corn fodder. What is that? George was just making a joke. You prefer 4 wheels? Eric's backyard product. You can get on the ground next week, maybe. About buying a hog. Oh, yeah. I got you, George. Yeah, we are real excited about next year. Excited about the possibilities and what the new year might hold. We found a couple, which is not new tractors by no stretch. We found a couple of 766 Internationals that we seriously thinking about also. They're not new, but it was muddy today. Set for winter. Your phone died. Yeah, if I mess around with one of these lines, if something's gonna glitch, it's gonna glitch when I'm wanting to do something. That's for sure. I don't think we're going to get no big freeze here. I don't think. But you don't never know. We're not going to try to build nothing else this year. We're not. I'm just excited to get that old hay off of that land and get that behind us so we don't have to worry about messing with it no more. Same here, as long as it's not bankrupt. Yeah, we're thinking about, I'm interested in some of that old equipment out of them hog houses. Like I said, I want to fiddle around with that some. Fiddle around with them and see where that leads with, you know, the local people. It seems hard to get local people to support you though. Or it seems that way to me. What we got in here? 8 people. Let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all like us posting the video every day, like we've been doing? Or do you want us to, what's y'all's opinion on posting like, say, 3 a week instead of every day? What's y'all's opinion on that? Same way here. You be baling hay and you each day or every other day. I got time. If he likes 3, it'll be easier for me. Yeah, the hay does come back on its own. I like doing them every day. But, you know, just every now and then, you know, there might not be nothing and then I'll be scrambling to try to get something. But even as small as the channel still is, I feel like I'm obligated to y'all. I wanna make the majority of y'all happy as I can. So that's why I said I really enjoy doing it though. It ain't that I'm not enjoying it. I always watch Eric's Daily. Same. And that's the way, then that's how I feel too, George. I feel like I miss something if I don't. Exactly right. If I feel like I'm but it's really, you know, I really enjoy doing it. And sometimes during the summer when we're real busy, I can actually get a video or 2 ahead. And that way, you know, if we get caught in a hard spot with weather or something, then I would, you know, if we get ahead in the summer, then I'll make 1 or 2 ahead, then I'll have like a backup. Then I can drop it on a day that we get caught, that we're not able to do one. Yeah, we're going to do what makes us happy, Eric. You're right. Hey, small town farmer, no, we're not snowed in. All we've got is rain. Yeah, all we've got is rain so far. Just making many videos that make you happy. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm real excited about, when we post stuff now, we get, the views go. That makes it feel worth it to you. When you post something and the views, just start coming to it. Nothing like none of y'all guys has got, though. Nothing like your channel, Eric. Maybe one day we'll get there, though. Maybe. Every man's dream. Yeah, you're probably right. We don't have a bunch of interest in our cows on my videos. Or we didn't, 4 or 5 months back. When I was, I was showing the cows a decent amount. And they just didn't get the views like the tractor stuff did. So when I seen that the views wasn't there, I would show more of what people was watching. Trying to get your son to make one. You like the cow, Mr. George? Yeah, Will. Anything farm related. Yeah, we gonna keep doing them in our cow herd, slowly growing. But when you make one, and it don't get the views, if it don't get the views, then I tended to, to make the stuff that in the past had been getting views. You like construction stuff too? When we built our log cabin, we wasn't doing YouTube then. That would have been neat. I've got a bunch of pictures and stuff somewhere. I need to find them and put them together and make a video of us building that log cabin by hand. I think so too. The titles do have a lot to do with it. The oldest boy's hard-headed. That's probably where you got sick from, Eric. If he was sick and you was around him, you probably picked up whatever he had possible. Let's dig 18. North Carolina. That's what I'm trying to do, Eric. That's why I ask about the changing from doing it every day. I don't want to change nothing. I want to be consistent. Yeah, I try to be as consistent as I can, and trying to learn all the, like, the thumbnails and then the tags and the keywords, and trying to figure all that out, because all that stuff's important too, I think. Anytime, Mallard, all we can do is, and I was honest in the video. Hey, Back Farms, I was honest, and we get some people that drop in, and all it seems like all they want is you to sub them and stuff, and I'm not into that. Like I said in that video today, if I see a name, I try to write it down and check it out. I do mess up, I do forget, things happen, and we are living a life other than YouTube. YouTube's just a small part of it. But I told them to check y'all out. And if you don't like what y'all doing or what I'm doing, the best thing to do is find stuff that you do like, Because I can't stand to feel like somebody's pressuring me, but I don't see me subbing to, 10,000 channels just so I can gain another couple hundred subs. If I done that, I wouldn't be able to see y'all's, the ones that I do like. When y'all post something, I would have, it would be so full of notices that I don't like. No shout outs. I already picked you up 5 subs. That's good. Make sure if y'all do the videos back, then make sure y'all mention that I seen it y'all's way, so maybe they'll come back. I'm that way too, small town. Like I said, I want y'all kind of guys. I want to be in touch with y'all, and the kind that interact, that watch and leave comments. Whether if you disagree with what I'm doing, that's fine. Because I want to learn. If I'm doing something the hard way and there's an easier way, that's what I'm all about. But have all the subs and they don't watch, or they click on it and tell you something. You post a 10-minute video 1 minute ago, and they leave a comment 2 minutes after you posted it talking about something that was at the end of the video. That ain't even physically possible to watch the video to that point in time to even leave a comment on it, on the part that they did. It's crazy, but I'm happy with how it's growing so far. We in the same boat there, them Back Farms. I need a tractor too. Says you ruined it by driving on it. Farming is hard work, but I wouldn't trade it for any other job. I'm doing what I enjoy doing. He was sick that day earlier. No, I can't work inside. My father-in-law got me a job one time working in a plant. A wonderful job. Man, you go to work, don't know if it's raining, don't know if it's dark. That drove me crazy. I couldn't handle that. The shop that I work on stuff in and normally do the live in. I told y'all me and my son built that probably a year and a half, 2 years ago. And we poured our own concrete, done our own foundation work and everything, and poured it. Man, that thing put a monkey on me. One reason he got out the coal mine. Yeah, what I see, I like watching documentaries and stuff on the internet and stuff, and I watch them about West Virginia or somewhere, the coal mines, and I like anything about history and older stuff. But them coal mines seem mighty dangerous. Probably a good thing you got out of there. When I was pouring my cement for that building that I was just talking about, I was looking online because I was really needing to work on something, and I was reading something that said concrete don't fully cure till something crazy. I mean, it was like months or something crazy, but it's plenty good to do what you doing or been doing on it. I drove my dually on mine probably the next day because I had to do. Well, I don't remember what I was doing, but I had to work on it. And I drove it right in there, and it didn't hurt it. Parts of the Hoover Dam still curing. I've seen that somewhere too. Yeah, well, I can't do that here. I can't sub out everybody. If the base is right, all is good. If you try to do it the exact way, you wouldn't have time to do no farming. You'd have to do your YouTubing full time, I reckon. I enjoy going to a couple of the other guys that's around that's farming and recording their stuff if they'll let me. You know, I got a few of them that don't mind. In the combine video the other day, I couldn't use my drone where the case combine was at, but the John Deere I could. But when I went to get my drone hooked up, it was telling me that it had to be updated and it wasn't linked to my phone. Every inch is 21 days, you think? Yeah, I do. Like I said, I enjoy watching it, and figured if I enjoy it, I like to put it up. Like the peanut videos and stuff, I don't see a lot of them on YouTube, so I figured that would be neat to show. What do y'all think about the No, your concrete's fine, Eric. I don't believe that you ain't hurt nothing. Like I said, the next day I drove my dually in mine. I don't know how much the dually weighs, but it didn't tear nothing up. You guys was doing a good job too, looks like. Did y'all like the auction videos? And like looking at the equipment before the auctions come around? Better off filming peanuts and cotton. Yeah, because I've gotten to, I talked to the owner of that Rebel auction, and before we went to do the live, and he's pretty cool and on board, and I think he's wanting me that I can go to pretty much any of the sales that they gonna have, and beforehand, and do before, shots of the equipment before the auctions even get there, before the auctions going on. Possibly that might be something that we could fill with some here in the winter too. The last, you talking about the videos, George, I put up last week showing the old hog houses and a bunch of the old equipment was real rusty. If so, yeah, that farmer died like a year and a half ago, and I got a lease on doing the hay, and then the family come to me about they was going to possibly auction some of it, and then it turned out it's going to be the same auction company that I had just met the guy a week earlier. So yeah, they are going to auction. Now I don't know, and there's 2 more farms that family owned, and they're going to bring equipment from there to the place that I was showing y'all. Thanks for stopping in, Hunter. Give us a thumbs up if you haven't. Good deal, buddy. Excuse me. Yeah, Eric, they got one. I don't even remember the number of the John Deere, but it's a big John Deere tractor, and they got a couple different planters, a New Holland round baler. They don't have a tractor that'll work for us. All all of them's too big for us. They got a case. I don't remember the number of it. It was like 185 horsepower. I think they got a. I don't know what I was at the other farms. I might go to them and make a video at the other ones if I get a chance. I know first of the week here we're going to be moving all that old hay out. $50.75. Yeah, your LSs, y'all guys, them tractors look good. There's a local dealer here. I've glanced at them a time or two. But them old, any of y'all had any dealings with the 766 Internationals? 5045 is small, but the loader's strong. 2700 massive, series massive. There's not a massive dealer around me nowhere that I know of, so I looked this week because I remember last week y'all was telling me about them. Well, there is a Massey dealer in Conway. That's probably 45 minutes to an hour drive. I forgot about that dealer. So we do. There is one, so I can't say there's not one. They have a different emission system than everyone else. Take care, Eric. Appreciate you stopping in, buddy. Uh, 3355. Nice heavy made deers. If I had somewhere to prop my feet up, I could get comfortable. I'm in my son's bedroom and I don't know where to prop my feet up. I got one of them propped up on his fish tank. I'm trying to think of the guy's name that left a comment the other day about a bell wrapper. A 2355, not a 3355. Okay. Bagwell Farms. Yeah, and Bagwell bought a new Massey last year, I think I remember, and y'all told me about it. but I hope we can work a good deal out that'll work for me and for the farmer on that custom hay work for next year. So I think it's 250 acres, but I only think about 130 of it is going to be hay land. To what little bit I got out of him the other day, and he's going to want to wrap some of it too. So if all that comes to fruition and works out, maybe it'll be another good year next year. There's nothing won't make me no happier to surprise y'all with a video with us with a new tractor, because I would know then that it was going to make my work easier. I'm waiting to make it to Mallard. Like I said, it will make me more excited to be able to film it for y'all than it would be for y'all to watch it, I'm sure. I don't know, them skid steers is pretty handy too. I see a bunch of neat stuff being done with the skid steers, as far as, on the farm they do moving the hay and feeding up. But if it's got a PTO shaft on the back, then it will work good for me, because then I can move hay with the loader and have a PTO. Yeah, the 330G is nice. It don't feel like this year. I can't believe it's already Christmas for number one. But it don't feel like this year is going to never end as far as the work trying to get everything finished up. Yeah, if you don't need a PTO. But if it's got that PTO on the back, then I can just, it's pretty much limitless to us, based on its horsepower, of course. But then it ain't, it ain't stuck or designated for one job on the farm. Thought somebody was trying to get my attention. Looking to a compact wheel loader. That was a big dream. I like the goat deal too. Like I said, we used to do a bunch of goats. Take care, SLC buddy. I appreciate you chatting with us. So I reckon none of y'all that's in here don't have no experience with the 766 Internationals tractors. They're pretty old. I know where a couple of them's at that's in real good shape. Massies and deer. Yeah, plans to get a dairy kids. Yeah, I watch both of them channels, SLC. I watch DLH and Bagwell. Some I don't watch them as much as I do y'all stuff. Uh, 766 International. I think they probably made into in the late 70s. They both of them's one owner tractors. The guy that's got them bought them new. And they been outrode them and just still got them under the sheds. Probably the best in the series. I think they're between 90 and a 95 horse, I think. But they don't have calves. Nice, C6 is good, and overall the 6.6 series is good. So I'm really thinking about them. Then I could put the cutter on one, put the beller on the other one, and I wouldn't have to unhook nothing until after the hay season was over. I could leave the rake on the 464 International. For that hooking and unhooking is pretty tough on some of that equipment. Not that it's tough too bad, but it takes time. I think it would serve us well too. I said I'm definitely considering them. And I could get both of them probably for a down payment on one new one. And wouldn't have no debt. But I would still be in the heat. Thought about I could get them and use them for a year or so. Then I could sell them and probably still make money on them. And then use the money you get back, and if you make something, use that to go towards another improvement. Just different ideals that we're running through our head, trying to make a good decision that we can live with and sleep with, you know. What's more important, debt free or out of the heat? That's a very tough question, small town. That's a very tough one. And I've been thinking about it hard for a month or so now. I know it's hot. Our summers be smoking hot and humid. But the tractor payments will be hot too, I imagine. It's going to work out one way or another. What will benefit me in the long run? That's why he said Carolina heat. I want to keep growing a lot. So I know a big tractors in the future, and cab tractors is going to have to be in the future to keep doing more acres of hay and doing more custom acres of hay per year. I know that we're going to eventually have to do it. But from starting with nothing, literally start with nothing to now, I know it might not look like no equipment, but it gets the job done. But in order to keep growing and doing more and taking on more custom work, we're gonna have to cover more acres per day. And with my son probably not going to be on the farm as much next summer, if I get a cab tractor, then I would do all the work with the new tractor. I will put fast hitch and stuff on the implements, so it would be easier to hook and change implements. But then I could do it all myself from one tractor. Where if I buy them two other tractors, I can still do it myself, but I'm going to be in the heat all day. Hey, Outcast Projects, how you doing today? Logan, did it say Logan? Logan. You doing all right, Logan? Yeah, the acres per day is the key, Mr. David. Like I said, the guaranteed money makes me feel a lot better about making a purchase like a tractor. Because when you start with nothing and come from nothing, it's just harder to gamble. It's hard for me to make a gamble. You're right, small town is good. I mean, I know it's going to benefit us. Back Farms is Logan. Okay. I'm not good with names, y'all. That's why I call you by your channel name. Because I have everybody's names so mixed up. But yeah, I know it'll definitely speed us up and we can cover more ground. Like I say, when you start with nothing and you growing slow, it's hard to gamble. It's hard to stick my neck out. And like I said, in this area, I don't know if I'm sure it's that way everywhere, but it's hard to have local people to be behind you. I mean, you be baling hay and your neighbor leave right beside your hay field and go buy hay and come back and be unloading it right there beside you, and you making hay. Making just as good a hay as they buying. You spend money on efficiency when you can. Yeah, I think the cab tractor would pay for itself. Like I said, I know we're gonna have to get there eventually, and I'm wanting to get there sooner than later. Farm credit guy. Never batted an eye. See, we've purchased new stuff in the past, but since we've been farming, we've purchased stuff as we could. You know, I would buy one piece of equipment this year, and if I was able to next year, I would pick up something that would speed the process up. But I can tell you now, without real big tractors, there's no sense in making the hay bale 72 inches like I did with my buddy's tractor and baler a couple weeks ago. Cause my 574, it'll pick them up, but the front tires is off the ground, it won't turn. Use auction stuff is the way to go. Yeah, I did. I mean, I think there's good deals at auctions too. I think you can get stuck at one also. But I did on 2 of them tractors the other week, but other people really wanted them. If any of y'all guys in here is new, give us a thumbs up if you would, if you haven't already. Take care, small town. I appreciate you stopping in and chatting with us, buddy. Don't grow more than you set up for. Back farms, yeah. We it would our cow herd, we are slowly growing. Our goal, like I said before in different videos, is around 250 head. That's where I would love to get to. But the main reason I'm wanting to continue growing is to have more income on the farm to help the farm grow. That's why we're starting to do, baling for other people and testing the water out to see if any of the other guys want to, have bales wrapped, and I think it's going to work out. You want 100, got 20. It takes a lot of hay to carry them through. That's why we were so upset back after the hurricane when we found all the hay on that one farm that was lost. But we buckled down and pulled it back and made up to what we lost. No doubt, because I haven't been able to sell a bale of hay since Hurricane Florence hit. And I won't be able to sell no hay until I make hay next year. Pasture and bales. But yeah, we definitely are feeling the effects of, like I said, we made the hay back, so we don't have to worry about selling off any cows to keep from buying hay this winter, hopefully. But it's hurt us because we haven't been able to sell any hay and generate extra income. And generally, we sell our excess so we can pay for chemicals, the fertilizer, lime, potash, nitrogen, and land rent. But it don't always work out as planned. Yeah, your son, be's in the right spot at the right time. And the other key part of that you said was having the resources to pounce. The time for a deal is when you find it. But if you don't have the extra resources and capital on hand at all the time, then it's hard to take advantage of them good deals. And I do find myself in that position quite often. We used to mess with a bunch of the dairy calves also. We done them. I converted my old boat shed at my farm shop, built stalls up under it to raise bottle calves in. But when the cow herd started growing, and then it was taking more time to make hay, then we had to have more time to take care of the hay land. Yeah, your barn looks good. That's the same barn that you building the corral and stuff around it. I was looking at the drawings the other night with you, I think. Yeah, the auctions is you never know though. I mean, still live? Yes, sir. We'll be on here for a little bit, a few more minutes maybe. Yeah, you never know at an auction. I mean, you might go there and get the deal of the day, or you might not leave with nothing. Set it up for kid and goats. £600 over. You've been known to have a free range bucket calves. 400 pounds Friday in Jacksonville. I had several of my herd. I would go up into North Carolina and buy calves that the mama rejected or whatever the situation was, and buy them and raise them. I got one she's already had 2 or 3 calves now, and she would never drink from a bottle or a bucket. She wouldn't take either one. I had to tube feed her twice a day for what, 4 months, 3.5, 4 months. She turned out to be a good cow. Throws good, healthy calves that grow fast, gain weight. But them bigger places won't take the time with them like that. So I would pick them up and Outcast, she did. She did good. And the last day that I tubed her, that was the last time I've ever touched her. She won't let you touch her now. I figured she would be spoiled, you know, a mess, and will be all over you in the pen, but she's not. She keeps her distance from you. Hey, Net Dragon. Glad you stopped in. How's it going today? You used a Jersey nurse cow. She remembers what I did to her. We've had several, and I learned how to tube them actually watching Alaska Last Frontier. I seen them doing it on there and figured I would try it, and have saved, you know, several calves that got sick, pneumonia or something, was too weak to drink. We've tubed them and give them electrolytes and what they need, and got them picked back up where they can eat on their own. That's a Jewel, the Singer family. Yep. Yeah, we've saved a bunch of them. And I actually drowned one, actually. A bull that I bought. You turn one of your black ones. I know several people there, Net Dragon, that'll take like 8-inch PVC pipe and get you 2 elbows, get you say a 6-foot piece of 8-inch pipe, put your 2 elbows on the bottom and make a U shape. Then you can put a cap on the top, you can fill that up and probably hold 40 pound, 50 pound of corn. I've seen several people make deer feeders like that. Put your 2x4s or something on it for legs, and screw you a piece of board on the front to stick out up high enough that the deer's head will go under it, and then it'll keep rain off of your corn. The 2 is the art. Yeah, we've had them to have bloat, and trying to think what we done. I want to say we used dish detergent or something. No, Ralph, we ain't got nothing but rain today, buddy. I hope it stays that way. At about 5 o'clock, we had like 2.5 inches of rain. When I went out to my shop, I was going to do my live stream out there like I normally do, but it was 38 degrees in my shop. Yeah, like I was saying about that bull, I bought him and he got down and was weak and wouldn't eat or nothing. And I tubed him, and I done it wrong. I killed him by accident. Then I was nervous after that, trying to do more, but you got to keep going. You can't win every time. Your wife said about 1 foot of snow around. When I tubed that one wrong, my wife was there, and my truck was probably parked 20 foot from me. As soon as I opened it and started pushing the fluid, I heard it gurgle. And before I could jump the fence to my truck to get the gun out to put the calf down to put it down humanely, my wife said, "You too late. It's dead. It was already gone." And that sticks with you when you mess up like that. Dish soap and vegetable oil. We don't have much of that with the beef cows. You know, when we was messing with the dairy calves a lot, we would get bloat and scours and stuff like that. We had it set up. I took a metal whisk that you use in your kitchen. I took one of them and modified it to fit a 3/8 drill. And that's how we mixed the bottles up. You could push the whisk right down in the top of the bottle. And man, you hit that trigger on the drill, man, it will whip that powder right up in there so fast. We have bloat with a bunch of goats too. If I can get to our hunting camp, you'll. But I said, we don't have much of that trouble with the beef calves. Every now and then you'll get one to get a little scours, and you lost a goat to bloat. Yeah, we buried plenty of goats too. Like I said, the bad stuff sticks with you. The good stuff, when you save them and when you do good and get one that you think there's no way it's gonna make it, and you save it, then you forget that stuff easy. You know, when you save them, you know that fades away quick. But when you mess up on one, if you don't mess up, you still feel like you messed up, or I should have tried this, or what if I would have tried that. Pneumonia, bloat, death to lifetimes of Holstein. Very true. They'll excuse me, guys. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm back, guys and gals. Sorry about that commercial break. What were we talking about before I left, y'all? About got last year, it's probably been, well, I was doing YouTube then, but I wasn't doing them like I do now. I was doing one a month, one every 2 weeks or something like that. No consistency at all. We was moving hay, and my son told me there was a cow fixing to have a calf, so we watched her. I don't like to intervene, for 45 minutes or so. We try to let nature take its course. And we watched her, and that time coming and went. That time come and went, and I went out there and we got her in the corral, tied her head up, and I fought that calf, y'all. Both arms, just as shoulder deep as I could go for an hour. I could get the feet, but I could not get the head turned to come out with them. So by that time, it being close to 2 hours, hour and a half since I noticed her in labor, I called the vet. He asked me could I get her to him, and I told him I would try. So we run the cow up there, and he tried the same thing like I did and could not get the head. We assumed the head was growed into the shoulder or something, like a defect. But he said the calf's still alive. He said we'll bring it out the side just to save the mama. So he cut the cow open, took the calf out. Me and my son held it by the back legs and slung it forward and back for 10 minutes and slinging big coffee cup size hunks of mucus out of his nose and mouth. And calf done good. The mama died. The next day the mama died, but we brought the calf home and put it in the shed and bottle fed it, and it's been out in the pasture now with the juveniles doing good. Little heifer calf. And I actually recorded that. The vet told me I could record it, but somehow I lost the footage of them cutting the calf out the side. But that was neat to see that I've never seen it done. I don't think I would attempt that myself. Too much stuff in there in the way. Hey Tim, how you doing? The weather's turned cold here. We got snow and ice just up above us. But all we've been getting so far was rain. I believe it's gonna miss us this time. How about on your end? What kind of weather? What's the weather doing for you? Steak was good. Oh, you had to tell us it was good. Time you come back. Was the steaks some you raised, or was it store-bought? SLC? Got a little bit of snow, 34 today and sun. My wife's uncle used to always pick on me about my calves and cows. We would go sell the cows, and he'd always say, when you gonna get one processed for us so we can eat some of the steak off of it? I said, well, that's how you tell the difference in a man that's got some money and a poor farmer. He said, what do you mean? I said, well, a poor farmer like me, we'll go sell our cows and then we stop on the way home and pick us up some chicken to cook for supper. Store bought. Hey, most of my beef is store bought too. We tend to learn from a mistake when it costs us money, though. It's a lot of, sometimes it gets very expensive learning that way, but we don't tend to forget them lessons. I can't keep my leg up there, it's too high. Pay either through school or mistakes. Very true. But do any of y'all guys have local support, like on whatever your adventures is, or your farming, or your in your local area? Like, you know, even like selling produce, or I like that old elevator that was over at that farm the other day when I was showing y'all that auction equipment. I like that elevator. So if I do decide to build a rebaler, that could have been a good conveyor. Produce is crazy. It's a light beer. I drink me some light beer in the afternoons. Yeah, it does cost money for the School of Hard Knocks. That's good that your neighbors is willing to help. Your neighbors is willing to help out. It's pretty tough in my area. You know, I'm not telling you no joke. You out till tomorrow? Yeah, in our area, like I said, you know, it's like they're scared that you might get a foot up, or you might do something, I don't know, that you're going to take something away from them, especially the other farmers in the area. There was a big farmer with funny farms. But there is a couple good ones around me, though. Like I said, I was telling y'all, I might have told y'all before. That's my son's little Christmas tree behind me there. I'm in my son's bedroom. Yeah, I'm in my son's bedroom. I come in here because I can close the door up and just show y'all, that wall there where his TV's at. Your son's a better salesman. No, because if I go in there, if I go in any other room, that's the living room or something, then the TV's gonna be on, and or my wife will be talking or on the phone, and I can come in here and get privacy. Because he usually be gone to his girlfriend's on Sunday afternoons, and I like to do it in my shop though, but we run out of propane last night working on putting the 574 International back together. It run out, and I didn't go nowhere today to get none. So when I opened that door up earlier and it showed 38 degrees on the thermometer, I said, no, not tonight. Grabbed the tripod and closed the door. Come straight back in. The area has high competition for small farms and construction. Regional construction company didn't take off. And like I said, if you look online, you hear all this stuff about markets and everything local, support your local farmer and food to table, and it just goes on and on and on. But if you get out here in the real world where I'm at, it ain't that way. You put on, like I said, I've been baling hay. This is no exaggeration. And a person's yard touches my hayfield, and they will leave out while I'm baling hay and come back in with a load of square bales or whatever, and I'm baling hay right there. It is the exact same hay, but they'll leave and come right by you, and you'll be baling hay. And then they'll call you the next day. I got a goat that's stuck, and then I'll go help them pull the kid out. So I said, it's just weird. It's the internet says everything is. You got another channel called Mr. Kubota Mini. Let me write that down. I'm gonna try to check it out. Can't make no promises, buddy. You haven't posted on that one for a while. Somebody asked you about some hay a while ago, Mr. David. I think you might have commented back. Okay, from where you was at. Demoing houses. I think I'm gonna redo my log cabin. If y'all seen it, we built it several years back. Cut our own trees and skinned them, notched them with chainsaws, and stacked them with a boom on the back of our 574. think I'm gonna redo what I don't like. I don't like the way the joints is on it. It's not sealed up as good as I want it to be, and the water's getting into the notches on the corner. So I think I'm gonna redo it. Yeah, that is a cool job. Just rebuilding rounds in the square. We normally rebale in the winter because we don't have a lot of storage for square bales because it takes so much room. We normally rebale, but this year we don't have to worry about it because we don't have no extra rounds to rebale. Your junior year, you ran a backhoe for a utility company route. When I was in school, early on, my family was farming tobacco and row crops, and as young as 10 or so, I was working. I remember working. Yeah, when them houses is close like that, about like dropping trees. You drop them on the wrong house, or the house would fall into the neighbor's house. It'd be pretty easy to make a mistake. All right, guys, I reckon I'll drop the wall on the guy's trash can. You have a broken tractor, a broken square baler, and a dream in your future. It'll work out. Hey Scott, no, I haven't seen it yet. I just went to his channel a while earlier on and I got it pulled up on my phone so I can watch it when I get off. Hey Food Forest, how you doing? No, I haven't seen it yet, Scott. You got something good going on? I'm gonna check it out just as quick as I get off of here. So it's great. We sure appreciate you coming in, chat with us for a few minutes. I'm not going to be on here too much longer tonight, I don't reckon. If y'all keep the comments rolling though, I'll stay in for a little bit. You'll have another video for us tomorrow, George. Cass is leaving. Take care, Outcast. I appreciate you coming in, buddy. It's easy to miss them comments on my phone up there. They pop up and they don't stay but a second or two. I'm trying to get better at staying on my subject. If I try to stay on subject, then I miss comments. I can't remember names either, Mr. George. Take care, Food Forest. I appreciate you stopping in, buddy. We'll be on here next Sunday night also. Yeah, if I stay on subject and don't look at the comments, then I don't get to respond to comments, and then if I do, then I'm jumping subjects. I'm trying to get better at it though, guys. It's a lot of technology for an old country boy. Check out the tire size. I will, Mr. David. I'm going over there. I plan on going to that farm tomorrow and start moving, getting all that hay that went to waste off of that farm. That's my plans for tomorrow. So if the good Lord's willing and the creek don't get too deep, that's what we're going to do. Well, guys, I think I'm fixing to pull the plug on it. I sure do appreciate all y'all coming in, chatting with us, and giving us thumbs up like you do, and watching our videos, and I hope it continues. And we will be making videos this week. Y'all have a good week. Take care. Have a good one. Thank y'all.